Okay, my dear children. In the earlier class, you have studied functions. Do you remember that one? My dear children?
Yes, sir.
Today we are going to start exercise 1.2. I hope you have learned the concepts of different types of relations. Haven't you, my dear children? In the first exercise, we have solved the problems on different types of relations. Yes or no? Can you tell me what are the different types of relations you have learned? Can you tell me, my dear Preetika? What are the different types of relations you have learned in the exercise 1.1?
Sir, reflexive, symmetric, transitive, sir.
That's all? Only that's all? What about empty relation? Universal relation? Preetika?
Sir, I forgot, sir.
Don't forget. Empty relation, universal relation. After that, these three types of relations: reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. If any relation is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive, that is called, what is that called? What is that relation called? Equivalence relation. Okay, my son, please read these definitions well. Learn these definitions well. Okay. Do you remember next week you have weekly test on this exercise 1.1?
Yes, sir.
Please learn these concepts well. Okay. Now come to the next exercise. You have already learned about functions in the first year. Do you remember that, my dear children? Functions. Do you remember any points related to functions? Anyone? It is also some special type of relation. Functions is also some special type of relations. Here, see this arrow diagram, my dear children? See this one? Let us consider this is a relation, but here it is said to be function. What is the domain of this function? What are the elements in the domain of the function? What are the elements?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4. What are the elements in the codomain of this function? Kevin Paul? What are the elements in the codomain of this function?
XYZ.
Very good. X, Y, Z. This is an arrow diagram, pictorial representation of a function. You can write this function in the roster form as set of ordered pairs. Yes or no? Do you remember that one? F is equal to set of all 1 comma x. How do you write this function? 1 comma x, 2 comma y, 3 comma y, 4 comma z. Do you remember this point? We can represent a function in the set of ordered pairs like this. Okay. In this ordered pairs, in the set of ordered pairs, the set of all elements in the first elements or first components in every ordered pair belongs to the domain. The set of all first components in this ordered pairs said to be domain. The set of all second components in this ordered pairs said to be range. Okay, my children. Suppose here A, B, C also there. So for this function, here let us consider this is set A, this is the set B. Then we denote it as, this is a notation. Remember this notation, my children. F is a mapping from A to B. This notation is read as remember this sentence, my dear children, how to read this notation. F is a mapping. F is a mapping. These two dots are read as mapping. Okay, F is a mapping from A to B. In this notation, this part denotes name of the function. Name of the function. Name of the function. This is the name of the function, and after the two dots, whatever the letter is given, that denotes domain of the function is here. And after the arrow, after this arrow symbol, the letter denotes codomain of the function. So, my dear children, you should learn how to read this notation. I wrote here how to read this notation. This is read as F is a mapping from A to B. Whenever you are getting this notation, remember this one. Will you remember this point, my dear children? How to read a notation?
Yes, sir.
How do you read once? Janani, can you read this notation? Janani, once read this notation. Janani, are you there online? Janani. 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 How do you read this notation? Janani. Janani. Yashwantram. Yashwantram.
Sir.
How do you read this notation? Please once read this notation.
A tends to be.
Huh?
A tends to be.
A tends to be. Are you following the class or not?
Sir, shall I read?
Are you following the class or not? Just now, I explained how to read the notation. I wrote on that white paper also A4 sheet, but you are not able to read that sentence again. Just now, I wrote that notation in the form of sentence. In the brackets, clearly I wrote it. Even small kids, they can read that sentence by watching this screen. Ashwantram, are you watching the screen or not?
Yes, sir.
What I wrote here, tell me. How do you read this notation? You should learn this point. Yashwantram, tell me. How do you read this notation?
F is mapping from A to B.
Once Ayush is saying,
Yes, sir.
once read this notation, all of you one by one, I will ask you how to read this notation. You should learn at least how to read the notation. One by one, I will call you. Joseph. Joseph. Read this notation.
Okay, sir. F is a mapping from A to B, sir.
Okay. Just wait again. I will. My dear children, just wait for a moment.
Okay, sir.
Now tell me, how do you read this notation? First of all, you should learn how to read the notation. How do you read this notation? Tell me, Joseph.
F is a mapping from A to B, sir.
Yes. Some technical issue arised here. Some technical issue. Just wait for a moment, my children.
Okay, sir.
Tell me, how do you read this notation? Joseph?
Sir,
How do you
F is a mapping from A to B, sir.
next to Ayush Singh, read this notation. Read this notation.
Sir, which one?
Read the notation. Read this notation, Ayush Singh.
Sir, I can't able to view the screen clearly, sir.
Huh?
I can't able to view the screen clearly, sir.
What about Yashwant Ram? Are you able to see the screen clearly?
Yes, sir.
Can you read this notation?
F is a mapping from A to B.
Very good. Krupal, read this notation.
F is a mapping from A to B.
Very good. Next, Kevin Paul, read this notation.
F is a mapping from A to B.
Very good. Blessina, once read this notation.
Sir, F is a mapping from A to B, sir.
Very good. Grison, once read this notation.
So the F is a mapping from A to B, sir.
Very good. Preetika, once read this notation.
Sir, F is a mapping from A to B, sir.
Very good. Staines Johnson.
F is a mapping from A to B.
Janani.
F is a mapping from A to B, sir.
Jerome Jasli Raj.
F is a mapping from A to B.
Kiran Raj,
F is a mapping from A to B.
very good. Thank you all, my dear children. You have learned how to read this notation. And let us discuss the parts of this notation. This first letter, F, denotes what I said. This is the name of the function. What is the function here defined? F. In this notation, the first letter after the two dots, the first letter is written before the arrow symbol. What did this first letter denote? What is this first letter denote?
Domain, sir.
Domain of this function. After the arrow symbol, some letter is written, B. For example, here I wrote B. What does this set B denote here?
Codomain, sir.
Codomain, sir.
Very good. You should learn from this notation. You have to learn how to read the notation. What is the name of the function? What is the domain of the function? And what is the codomain of the function? Okay, my children. I will ask you some questions again. Read this notation. My dear Krupal, can you read this notation?
Yes, sir.
Read this
G is a
notation.
mapping from C to D.
Yes, very good. Thank you, my dear Krupal. G is a mapping from C to D. Just I have changed the letters. In the place of F, I wrote to G. In the place of A, I wrote A. And in the place of B, I wrote D. What is the function here? Can you tell me, Blessina? What is the function here defined? What is the function here? What is the name of the function? Blessina?
G, sir.
G. G is the name of this function. G. What is the domain of this function? Steins-Jensen? Steins-Jensen. Steins-Jensen.
Yes, sir.
What is the domain of this function G?
G.
Just wait, Grayson. Let's just wait for a moment. Steins-Jensen. Steins-Jensen is replying. What is the domain of this function G? What is the domain? Very good, Steins-Jensen. What is the codomain of this function? What is the codomain of this function? Steins-Jensen, you only? Very good. So just by watching the notation, you should learn how to read the notation and what is the name of the function and what is the domain of the function and what is the codomain of the function. Okay, my children. Got this point?
Yes,
Sir.
Yes. Now come to this next one. Range. In this function, in this example, range of the function here, just by seeing this arrow diagram, see this arrow diagram. What is the domain of F? Can you tell me, Ayush Singh, what is the domain of F? By seeing this arrow diagram, by observing this arrow diagram, what is the domain of F?
Sir, D.
Huh?
I think so. Sir,
What
D.
is- Huh? What is the domain? I am writing on the screen. Are you watching it or not? Domain of F. For this function F, what is the domain of F?
Sir, A, sir.
Very good, Kripal. Ayush Singh, please follow the class. Listen carefully. Every moment, every word is important. Please pay attention here, my dear Ayush. So for this domain, function F, domain is A. At least can you tell me the elements of the set A? Ayush Singh, What are the elements of set A? Can you tell me at least for this question?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the codomain of this function? What is the codomain of this function? Jerome Jasliraj, can you tell me? What is the codomain of this function?
XYZ, sir.
Huh?
XYZ. XYZ.
XYZ. Is it correct, my dear Janani? Is it correct? Is it a codomain of the function? Jerome Jasliraj told me codomain if the function is XYZ. Is it a correct answer? Janani,
No, sir.
can tell me what is the codomain of this function? Elements. What are the elements of the codomain of this function? What are the elements in the codomain of the function?
1, 2, 3, 4, sir.
That is codomain. Janani, is it codomain? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is the first set called codomain? Is this first set called codomain, Janani?
No, sir. It is called as domain, sir.
Then what I asked here, have you heard the question clearly? Have you heard the question clearly? I asked you, what are the elements in the codomain of F? What are the elements in the codomain of F? Is the screen clear to you, Janani?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what are the elements? Wait for a moment, my dear Kiran Raj. Wait for a moment. Janani is trying. Janani is trying to answer this question. What are the elements? What are the elements?
Sir, X, Y, Z, sir.
Huh?
X, Y, and Z, sir.
Only X, Y, and Z. No more other elements there in this set B. No more other elements.
Sir, A, B, and C, sir.
They are also called elements of codomain. Whatever the elements are there in the second set, all the elements are said to be codomain. Okay, my dear Jerome Jasliraj, is this point clear? Jerome Jasliraj. Jerome Jasliraj, is this point
Yes, sir.
clear to you?
Yes, sir.
The second set, the first set is called domain and the second set is called codomain of the function. Okay. Okay, my dear Jerome Jasliraj. So second set, what is second set here? B. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. All these elements are the members of set B. These are the elements of set B. All the elements of set B is said to be codomain of the function F. Okay, my dear Jerome Jasliraj. Is this point clear?
Okay, sir.
Now come to the image. One is associated with X. One is related to X. Just observe this arrow diagram, my children. And one is associated with which element?
X, sir.
Very good. Very good, my dear Krupal. 2 is associated with
Y, sir.
very good. 3 is associated with
Y, sir.
4 is associated with
Z, sir.
so here X is said to be image of 1. Image of 1 is said to be X. Image of 1. Got this point, my children? Image of 1 is X. Just by observing this arrow diagram, 1 is associated, 1 is related with the element X. So X is said to be image of 1. Okay, image of 1 is X. The reverse order, one is said to be pre-image or inverse image. Okay. Or one is called inverse. So here, image of 1 is x, image of 1 under this function f is x. In the reverse order, 1 is said to be pre-image or inverse image of x. Pre-image of x is 1. Inverse image of x is 1. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
All of you?
Yes,
Is this
sir.
point clear? What is meant by image? What is meant by pre-image? Image means the elements in the second set which are associated with the elements in the first set. Okay. Now tell me, image of 2. What is the image of 2? Can you tell me? Ayush, see, what is image of 2 here in this function? What is image of 2? Ayush,
Sir,
see.
why?
Yeah, very good. Image of 2 is y. Or what is 2 called here? What is 2 called here? What I said, pre-image. Okay, remember this point. 2 is called pre-image or inverse image. 2 is inverse image. 2 is inverse image. Or 2 is pre-image. We can say like this also or like this also. 2 is called pre-image or inverse image of y. Now come to this point, Janani. 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 Can you tell me the image of 3? What is image of 3?
Y, sir.
Very good. Image of 3. Or in the reverse order, we can write this sentence. We can write this sentence as 3 is, how do you write in the reverse order? 3 is inverse image of y, or 3 is pre-image is inverse image of y, or 3 is also called pre-image, different names, but meaning is the same. Is this point clear, my dear children? Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next. Now come to the point. What is the image of 4? What is the image of 4, Pritika? Image of 4. What is the image of 4, Pritika?
Sir, inverse image of 4, sir.
I asked you image of 4. What is the image of 4?
4, sir.
What is the image of 4? 4 only. Image of 4, 4 only here. Are you watching the screen?
Sir, is it Z, sir?
Then why are you telling 4? Don't be confused here. Observe the diagram, arrow diagram. Image of 4. Or 4 is called pre-image. inverse image or pre-image of Z. Got this point, my children? What is meant by image? What is meant by pre-image? Got this point? All of you.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, in the codomain, some elements were left over, which were not images of any element in the domain. Yes or no?
Yes,
What
sir.
are,
Yes, sir.
what are the elements left in the codomain which are not images of any element in the codomain?
Sir, ABC, sir.
Very good, Kripal. Now you are in online. You are concentrating on the class. Thank you. Please keep this attention regularly. Okay. A, B, C in the codomain does not have any pre-image. They have not associated with any element in the domain. Yes or no? For A, it is not associated with any element. B is also not associated. C is also not connected with any element. Yes or no?
Yes,
So,
sir.
Yes, sir.
now you see the difference. Range of F. Range of F means in the codomain. In the codomain, observe this screen, my children. In the codomain, which elements are having, which elements are connected with the elements in the domain?
Sir, X,
The
Y,
set
and Z, sir.
these are only said to be range of these elements. The set of elements is said to be range. Understood this difference, my dear children? Codomain and range, they are not equal. They are not the same. Understood? Got this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Codomain and range are not always equal. They may differ. They are different sets. Okay. So in this arrow diagram, remember these points. I repeat these points. I will ask you tomorrow again. In this arrow diagram, the first set is called domain of the function, and the second set is called codomain of the function, and the relation that F is called a function, and we denote the function by this notation. Just now, I asked everyone how to read this notation. How do you read this notation, Grayson?
Sir,
Last-
F is mapping from A to B, sir.
Yes. All of you remember this point, how to read a notation. F is a mapping. Okay, F is a mapping from A to B. I will post this A4 sheet. I will post this classwork notes in the Google Classroom in the form of PDF. And I will post this video also. Once again and again, watch the video. Just by watching, once we can't understand the concepts, you have to watch it repeatedly. Okay, then you can get the concepts easily. You can understand the concepts. You have to spend some more time in your personal time. You have to spend some more time to understand the concepts well. Okay, my children.
Yes, sir.
Every time I'm posting this video, because you can utilize, you have to utilize this video for strengthening your knowledge to get the concepts well. Okay, my dear Preetika, are you watching the videos? Again, you only asked me first time video.
Yes,
Are you
sir.
watching
If I have
second?
doubts, I will watch, sir.
Every time, one more time, once again, spend 45 minutes, one more time. Not only if you have any doubt, then only I will watch the video, sir. Not I don't watch that video next time. Don't think like this. Okay, change your mindset, change your attitude. After the class is over, evening time, instead of watching serials, TV shows, just watch this video one more time. This is only for 45 minutes duration video. Yes or no? Instead of watching TV shows or wasting time, once again watch this video. That is my intention, to watch this video again and again, at least one more time. Watch all of you watch the video one more time. No views are there in my YouTube channel. Just I watched here. No more views are there. You have not watched any time. When I got doubts, sir, then only I will watch the video. No. Change your mindset one more time. After the school time is over, at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, open this video and watch this video again instead of watching TV shows. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
You follow these instructions, then you can strengthen your knowledge. No, sir, when I am getting a doubt, at that time only I will watch the video again, sir. Otherwise, I won't watch this video again. Don't think like that. Change your mindset. Change your attitude. One more time, watch this video one more time again. Not only Pritika, every one of you. Joseph, Ayush, Yashwant, all of you are staying at your home. You can utilize this video one more time. You watch this video in YouTube. Okay, that is why I'm sharing the YouTube link also. Okay, my children.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Grayson, you also watch one more time. You can't lose any time. Just 45 minutes only.
Okay,
One more
sir.
time. Whenever you are getting doubt, then only watch the video. Don't think like that. Instead of watching TV shows, watch this video. Then you get what happened, Yashwant. Yashwant left. Okay, my children. This is about functions. These are basic points. What is the name of a function? Just by watching the notation. What is the name of the function? What is the domain of the function? What is the codomain of the function? Just by watching this notation. Are you watching the screen, my children? I'm showing that by my finger.
Yes, sir.
This is a notation to denote a function. Just by watching this notation, we can find the name of the function. And the first letter before arrow symbol denotes the domain of the function. After this arrow symbol denotes the codomain of the function. If you want to represent a function by arrow diagram, we show that visual representation, arrow diagram like this. In this arrow diagram also, first set is called domain and the second set is called codomain. Okay. And in the codomain, the elements which are images of the elements in the domain, they are said to be range. There is a lot of difference between codomain and range. Got this point, my children?
Yes, sir.
Now come to this next point. This is about basic points regarding functions. In earlier class, we have studied some special functions. They are also called standard real valued functions. Do you remember that one? Identity function, modulus function. Okay. Some standard real valued functions. These are called standard real valued functions. What are the functions you learned in earlier class? Special functions are some standard real valued functions. Some standard real valued functions. Do you remember that standard functions we have studied in earlier class? Identity function, identity function, constant function, polynomial function, modulus function, signum function, greatest integer function, this is also called step function. Step function. Okay, trigonometric function, etc. These are all different special functions, we have learnt in earlier class. Once you go through the definitions of identity function, constant function, do you have first year textbook, my children? Do you have the
11th
first
class one, sir.
year math textbook?
11th class one, sir.
11th class textbook.
Yes, sir.
Once you go through these special functions, these were given in the textbook, NCERT textbook, +1 math textbook. All of you go through the special functions, their definitions and their graphs also given. We have discussed in the first year. If you remember it, it's good. If you don't remember, if you forgot, once go through these definitions and their graphs. This knowledge is very useful in earlier next classes. What is identity function, constant function, polynomial function, modulus function, signum function, okay, greatest integer function. This is also called step function, trigonometric function, etc. In textbook, all of you go through the textbook, first year mathematics textbook. Will you go through the textbook, my dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Will you do it? Will you do it or not? Will you do it or not? Preetika?
Yes, sir.
Kirpa? Only Grayson is replying.
Yes, sir.
Others are not replying anything.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Once you go through the definitions of these special functions, these are also called standard real valued functions. Okay. After that, in this class, we discuss types of functions. There are different types of functions we are going to study in this class. Types of functions. First one is one function. This is also called injective. Second type of function is onto function. This is also called surjective. And the third one and onto. This is also called bijective function. Mainly, we discuss these three types of functions. One function, this is also called injective. Onto function, this is also called surjective. And the third type is one onto. This is also called bijective function. We discuss these three types of functions in this exercise 1.2. Okay, my dear children. Before coming to the next class, all of you go through these special functions in the first year textbook. Okay, my dear children. We will discuss types of functions tomorrow. In the meantime, all of you learn how to read a notation of a function and what is the name of a function, what is the domain of a function. Just by seeing, just by observing the notation of a function, you have to tell what is the name of the function, what is the domain of the function, what is the codomain of the function, and what is the range of a function. Okay, my children, these are all basic knowledge, basic points. Okay, fundamentals.
Okay, sir.
Okay, my dear children, now the time is 10 past 46 minutes. Now you can leave the meeting. Take rest.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Take care of your health, my dear children.
Teacher.
Stay at home, stay safe, use mask, use sanitizer for cleaning your hands every time. Maintain social distance. Okay, my dear children.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Thank you all. And submit your work on time. Submit your work on time.